All right, peace, peace, peace. Well, first and foremost, man, hopefully Most High your house is blessing your day. By His mercies you are consumed. We're alive in the Most High your house's body, and two, we're naturally alive, man. And I'm going to get into this, man, because I was just reading Genesis 4 today, because today is the 4th. And, you know, that's the greatness of this word, man, the Most High your house, man. Like, even Genesis, like, even the law, like, you know, honestly, even the first three books from the beginning, man, you could get so much from out of that. But you know, in such a short account or a occurrence or story per se, man. Even though these are more than the stories, this is really the word of the Most High House, the word of the Most High, the word of God. But you know, it's just more that, man, because and also to the end from the beginning, man. How, like, honestly too, how Cain and Abel, like, you know, goes into, like, you know, the flesh is willing and the spirit is weak, because we gonna get into that, man, because like in Genesis 4, like what the Most High House says that can if thou be willing, man. But you know, he wasn't, but you know, but because he was just of the flesh, and like, you know, kind of like going back to end from the beginning, the son of the promise versus the son of the you know, son of the flesh, man. Honestly, like, that's why Romans says what it says. But let's get into this, man, because yeah, let's grab this too. Let's grab Matthew chapter 26 real quick. Matthew 26, and it says, in verse 41, it says, watch and pray that ye, and it's crazy because I was just talking about this with a sister earlier today. It says, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So see that? And you know, then that's the thing is too, right? Let's go to Genesis 4. Genesis 4, chapter 6. Genesis chapter 4, verse 7. It says, if thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee it shall be his desire, and shall rule over him. And that's what happened with Cain. Exactly, his own lust, own desires, sin, like, you know, of the flesh ruled over him. But the spirit, like, you know, because you know, but doesn't it say if thou doest well? Pretty much, if the like you know, that thou be willing. Pretty much the spirit, like, you know. That's what the word. That's why Paul says, like, you know, Yahushua said, well, pretty much, Yahushua taught that, yeah, Yahushua just said that here. Yahushua said it, but like, you know, Paul said it, like, you know, walk in the spirit, not in the flesh. But Cain wasn't willing to walk in the spirit, though. Like, you know, that's why I says if they'll be willing, you gotta be willing to do that, man. Because don't get twisted. You have moments of weakness, but the Most High, like the brother Akawar said, you know, Most High Yahushua increases and we decrease. Let's grab that in John 3 real quick. You know, in situations all throughout, our own lusts, our own will, our own desires had to decrease, and the Most High Yahushua increases. John 3 verse 30, he says, he must increase, but I must decrease. Exactly, man. So that's just is what it is. So, but you know, it says, if thou, Genesis 4 and 7, if thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted, and if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and it shall rule, and it shall, unto thee it shall be his desire, and it shall rule over him. To see, but you know, but door Yahushua, like, going through that door, like, you know, that's sin. You know, sin doesn't lie there. Honestly, it's actually the escape from sin. That's a real escape room, man. Like, you know, y'all been to the escape rooms before in arcades, or like growing up, or even seen the movies, or like, you know, kind of how they do in movies and TV things of that nature, or game shows. This behind this door is this, behind this door is that, or brain teasers, behind this door is that. But you know, you got the door right here, door 1, which is Yahushua, and door 2, which is sin, man. Like, you know, so we and you know, but Cain wasn't willing to go through, like, you know, the John 10 door, which is Yahushua. You know, that's just is what it is. So, but yeah, man, that's just is what it is, though. But let's get Matthew chapter 23 real quick, man. But Cain, but Abel was willing, man. But let's get Matthew chapter 23 verse 35. It says, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, the blood of righteous Abel, unto the Zacharias the son of Barachas, whom he slay between the temple and the altar. So see that? See, you know what? Cain really having the spirit being like, and Abel not of the flesh, man. Because what does Abel mean? Breath of life, and he's the son of Adam. He had the breath. He's the son of promise. He had the Holy Spirit, and Cain wasn't, man. And Cain even means acquired, man. So you could say Cain acquired, like, just kind of like, how, like it says, like, Revelation 2:9, 3:9, in Romans 9:6, that how all Israel is in Israel. That's how it tells you the end from the beginning, because it started with Cain and Abel, man. Son of the promise and son of the flesh. Like, Isaac and Ishmael, son of the promise, son of the flesh. Jacob, Esau, son of the promise, son of the flesh. Even now with our people, sons and daughters of the promise, and then of the flesh. Like, that's why it said what it said in Romans 9:6 and Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. Because that Revelation, we talked about that before. That's really talking about us. Like, because why? Because like John 8:44, then how shall I say ye are of your father the devil? That's and holding up video for another day. But you can see that Abel was willing, because Abel had the breath of life. And also too, like, this is me, I speak as a man, but Cain's sacrifice was just more like, Cain was a Saul type of nigga, like, try to, like, he was covetous. He would want to believe, like, he wanted this stuff for himself, but wanted the best part for himself, but give halfway stuff like that to the Most High Yahushua, man. And like, pretty much that's just is what it is too. But doesn't Proverbs 3 say, and like all in Sirach and all of these other things, give the Most High, even in the law, give the Most High Yahushua your best, honestly, because shoot. This because that they're worthy of that. And also too, GP, like Job, and even in Sirach says he'll bless you sevenfold, but you don't even do it because of blessing, because like, I was looking at Revelation 4 earlier, it says because he's worthy. But even with that, right, even with that too, with Cain too, that what's it gonna say about Cain? He what was, oh yeah, he God dang, I was gonna say something about Cain too as well, with him being no, yeah, it was Rome. Like, there was that Romans 12:1 sacrifice as well. It was Cain's life, honestly. Like, and also too, that's how you know the end from the beginning. Because me personally, I think like, I feel like reading the word, man. Just like, you could tell that Cain and Abel was like, the precursor, like what we just read here, the killing of the prophets, like killing of, like, the slaying of the prophets, man. That's why it says they hate that the rebuking the gates, man. Because Abel, like, you don't think this reading between the lines, like, shout out to brother Tazaiwan, that that Abel wasn't like, getting on his brother, man, to get right, like, because like, that's what the prophets did. Yeah, you want Yahushua, like, you name the prophets, Ezekiel, Isaiah, like, Jeremiah, like, Zacharias, Jonah, Haggai, Sirach, Noah, all those things. They was preaching to people, get right, man. Like, you want to keep the faith of the Most High Yahushua in His instruction. Renew your heart, renew your mind. Like, start following in their ways. Like, but what did the people do? Kill them for the most part. Kill the prophets, man. So, and that's from the beginning, man. Because you can see that, that from the beginning with Cain and Abel. So see how much you can get summed up. But also too, man, that was always in Cain to do, man. That just didn't happen out of nowhere, man. So that's is what it is, man. So yeah, even that aside, right? Even that aside, because I'm of the belief, like the brother Tazaiwan said, out True Nation out of California. Even that aside, like, if Abel wasn't like, correcting him or like, correcting him or like preaching to him for giving him like, trying to correct his brother, man. Like, even if he did it, like, even if Abel wasn't doing that, he Cain still killed him without a cause. He hated his brother in his heart, man. So like, that's why Proverbs 3:30 says, don't strive not with your, like, neighbor without a cause, man, because he really had no reason, because Abel never did anything to him. But that's just me, honestly. But yeah, but the spirit is willing and the flesh is weak, man. So Abel, like, he meaning his name means breath of life. The spirit, he was willing to follow the Most High Yahushua, like, but Cain wasn't. He was of the flesh, and that was weak. Because what it is too, it goes into this, right? because you have certain men, you have certain people that's both, certain men that's both, right? Because like it's that same dichotomy with Saul and David, right? Because like Saul was always down for war, man. He was always down for war. Nothing like he was always down for war. But when it came to keeping the Most High Yahshua's ways, having the mind according to Most High Yahshua's mind, having his heart being one with them, yeah, he was a coward. He was weak. But David actually was both. Like just on a natural sense of war. But as far as like having faith in the Most High Yahshua at all times, keeping his ways, yeah, he was strong. That's why like the word says a wise man is stronger than the mighty man. A faithful man is stronger than the mighty man. Because yeah, even outside, even in the natural sense in the word, this bunch of dudes that's like really always down to fight, killers gangsters or stuff like that, actual real tough guys, but they always down to fight, always down for for whatever, but they were scared. They scared to deal with look at themselves in the mirror, and face their past, to face themselves actual problems in their life, but meanwhile God, he's not about that. He's not gonna he's not gonna kill or fight anybody, but he's just trusting the Most High House, or he's even mentally stronger. So you see that dichotomy too, man. So yeah, man, I just want to say get into this, man. So that's how it goes. That goes into the flesh is willing, but the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, man. So yeah, man. But God, like we just said, we got certain men that can do both. But yeah, man, that's how that goes even with Cain and Abel, man. The flesh is willing, and that's the aspect of that. And it's because Cain being Abel being the spirit, pretty much following the Most High house child, that, and Cain being the flesh, which is weak, man, and following that. Let me say this too, following after the flesh too, I should say, because that in that context of what your house is saying, it's like moments of weakness, honestly, man, trying to fight, they're kind of by battling that inward man, honestly, seriously, man, that's just is what it is, man. So that's what your house is going to. I'm just saying this in the aspect of in the dichotomy of Cain and Abel, the spirit of Abel and Cain, or Cain and Abel, man. So because yeah, I'm saying because we all fall for a moment of weakness, man. That's is what it is. But hopefully, and also too, man, that's another video for another day. How Cain actually Abel, again in an aspect of how Abel was the son of the flesh, or was a carnal. Not Abel. Cain was the carnal, and Abel was the son of the promise, man. But we might just go into that, man. Anyway, so peace.